Hey, 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 you're waking up with Craig.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Let's get right to it with the morning
Merry
quote.
Christmas!
Let's get right to it with the morning quote. The crowd makes the ball game Ty Cobb. The football playoff is going to have a very intense crowd. Looking at the first game, Dad, Oklahoma 4, Alabama 1. Who do you like?
Alabama's going to win this one, with or without Tua. The defense is too tough. Kyler Murray could keep them in the game, but Alabama's definitely going to score in the 50s.
I think that Oklahoma's going to keep pacing them. I just think that Alabama's going to get stops that Oklahoma's defense just can't get. Moving on, though, Notre Dame number 3, Clemson number 2. Who do you got?
Notre Dame, you can see my birthday shirt says Notre Dame 12-0. In a couple weeks, I'll be ordering another one that says Notre Dame 14-0, national champions. That as much as I respect the Clemson Tigers, Notre Dame is going to get it done.
I was going to go with Clemson.
No!
As a Notre Dame fan, that was tough for me. But I saw that Clemson has a few players that failed the drug test. Their star defensive tackle failed the drug test. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame in an upset here. Probably 38-31. Now, Alabama, Notre Dame. Who do you got?
Alabama's going to win this one. Ian Book is going to be a ball control, old school, West Coast, 6 or 8 yards at a time. He's going to be able to spread the ball around to Boykin in Claypool. They're going to march the ball. Dexter Williams is going to have some key carries. And the defense for Notre Dame is going to come up big and shut down Alabama.
So Notre Dame's going to win.
Notre Dame is going to be the next national champion.
Alabama's going to win the national championship. Notre Dame hopefully gets there, but I just think Alabama is too good no matter who plays Tua or Jalen Hurts. The defense is too good. And Nick Saban is just a better coach than Brian Kelly in the end.
Hillary, Conley, Love, Tranquil, the defense for Notre Dame. Clark Lee is an outstanding defensive coordinator. Chip Long called the plays. Notre Dame is going to get it done.
Alabama just finds a way to win national championships.
No, this is the year of the Fighting Irish.
I'm not even sure Notre Dame makes it past Clemson.
Oh, they're going to win it all.
Moving on. What's your most interesting bowl game?
Well, besides Notre Dame and Clemson, it would have to be Florida and Michigan. 2 top 10 teams. Harbaugh smarting a little bit from losing that Ohio State game. Florida's trying to get into the elite with the Georgia and Alabamas with a big win here. That's going to be a tough game.
For me, it's LSU, UCF. UCF has all this hype, and they've won so many games in a row, and they want to be considered this top team. But you got to beat these top teams. And it's an interesting game because UCF has come on strong late. They've been there the last 2 years undefeated. LSU started out strong, laid that egg against Alabama, and kind of has fallen off the wagon with 3 losses. I'm interested to see what happens there.
I hate LSU.
I know. Interesting, though. There are some good Christmas Day basketball games today. What's your most exciting game?
Celtics. It's got to be the Celtics. They've got Irving and Tatum, 2 great Blue Devils. You got to go with the Celtics-Sixers game. J.J. Redick on the other side, another good Dookie.
I'm excited to see, especially we haven't seen the Sixers with Jimmy Butler yet. I'm excited to see how that works out for them. The game for me, though, is Lakers-Warriors.
I hate the Lakers and Warriors.
I think the Warriors pull it out late. But I'm interested to see what LeBron does, and this is him trying to get Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, some of those guys to come to LA.
I'm not sure there's one guy in that game that could start for the Celtics.
That is ridiculous. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The Celtics are loaded.
Steph Curry.
He's no Tatum.
Oh my God! I'm moving on. Your AFC favorite in the National
The
Football
New
League.
England Patriots. They are going to light fire when it comes playoff time. They're going to get this bye coming up. The Patriots are the favorite in the AFC.
I think the AFC's wide open. I think it's the Chiefs slightly, just because the Chiefs are probably going to be at home. But besides that, next in line is probably the Patriots. But for right now, it's the Chiefs for me. Who's your dark horse, though?
The Chargers. I mean, at some point, Rivers is too talented not to win a Super Bowl. If Gordon's healthy, they have a good running game. They've got a top rookie on the defensive side. The Chargers could sneak in.
I looked at the Chargers too, and I've been hot on them, riding them, but what they did against the Ravens scares me a little bit. I like what the Colts do. They're not in, or they're in right now, but they got to beat the Titans to stay in or whatever. So I like the Colts if they can beat the Titans and get in. If not, then it's the Chargers for me as a dark horse. NFC favorite.
Saints. I said it before the first time I was on your show. The Saints are the team to beat over in the NFC.
And everything goes through New Orleans. I don't see anyone going in there and beating them. I think the Saints are the best all-around team, and their defense is playing a lot better this year. That was their one flaw last year. They're playing better, and they have Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees. It's unreal what they have. And Sean Payton is a great football coach. Your dark horse, though.
The Vikings. If the Vikes can sneak in, they've got a lot of offensive weapons. Kyle Rudolph, did he not just have a great day?
122 yards, 2
Kyle
touchdowns.
Rudolph is getting it done. The defense all comes together. Look out for the Vikes.
I'd love to pick the Vikings right now, too, but Seattle's playing well. They beat up on Minnesota. They just beat the Chiefs. I mean, right now...
Seattle's so boring. They just don't have an exciting offense.
But they're running the ball well, and their defense is
blah,
playing better.
blah, blah.
They're playing better. Right now, they would play against the Cowboys in the first round. They can beat the Cowboys. So I like them to make a little bit of noise. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
First of all, there's a 7th grade team down the road that could beat the Cowboys. They're so one-dimensional, the Cowboys. My prediction in the Super Bowl, New England Patriots 35, Saints 31.
Mine, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to go Chargers 27, Saints 24. And I think the Chargers just get there. I think Phillip Rivers finally gets it done, and I think he actually wins the Super Bowl for the Los Angeles Chargers. Now,
that'll help make his 9 children very happy.
Now, we're trying to figure out this playoff picture. It's not quite done yet. Who gets in, Eagles or Vikings?
Vikings are going to get in. I mean, the Eagles, they got lucky last year. Didn't really deserve to be there. The Vikes are the team that's going to get in. They're going to get it done.
I think the Vikings get in. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Redskins, so the Vikings must win. And it's at home. Kirk Cousins, this is your biggest game of your career. You have no excuse to lose this game. Who gets in, Titans or Colts?
The Titans. They've got a Patriot as their head coach in Vrabel. Mariota is a class act. And I hate the Colts. I've hated the Colts forever with Manning, with Burt Jones as their quarterback back in the 70s. I hate the Colts.
The Colts are so much better than the Titans. It's
the
unreal.
Titans have Vrabel.
Andrew Luck is a top 5 MVP candidate.
Andrew Luck looks like a Civil War general is what he looks like.
Well, he's going to be generally his team to the playoffs. T.Y. Hilton
his
is a
Twitter
star.
pace of
Ebron is a Pro Bowl tight end. Their defense is playing better.
The guy that played for the Lions?
Yes.
He's terrible.
He's a Pro Bowler.
Our standards have gotten that low. He's no Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, my God. All right. Who's the worst team in the NFL?
The Jets. I saw them play in person. Darnold missed receivers by 25 yards. They have no running game. The Jets were terrible.
The Bengals. Ever since they got Hugh Jackson, they've been 1-6.
Don't pick on Hugh.
Hugh sucks. Hugh knows how to lose. The Bengals are the worst football team in the NFL.
The Jets are the worst team.
No! The Jets at least have something going for them. The Bengals are awful.
I saw the Jets in real life.
No,
they were terrible.
They're off. No. Okay. But speaking of Christmas, we're gonna end with this today. It's Christmas. If you could give a gift to the Jaguars, what would it be?
A team doctor that can keep Fournette on the field. Without him, they just couldn't get anything done. Last year, he was on my fantasy football team. He had a great season. They need somebody to get Fournette healthy.
I'd give him Joe Flacco. I think Flacco is going to find a new home. I think the Jaguars could draft a receiver. He would have Fournette to play with him. He has a good defense like he had in Baltimore. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson's time in Baltimore, so I think Joe Flacco could set up a home in Jacksonville.
I think the Ravens are trading Flacco to CBS as an announcer. He's about to step into the television booth. He's not going to Jacksonville.
If you give the Browns one thing, what would it be?
I'd give them a character coach for Baker Mayfield. Guy has a ton of talent. Stop acting like a punk. He doesn't need to act that way. He's a very talented quarterback. The things that he's gotten to his ex-coach with Cleveland are unacceptable. He needs a character coach.
I like it. I like Baker. I like the flair he gives Cleveland.
It's disrespectful.
But you need that attitude.
No, you can have a swagger without being disrespectful.
Phillip Rivers is one of the most son of a guns on the field. And that's what I love about him. I love Baker. I love that. I love staring down
Baker
Hugh
can
Jackson.
be like that without being disrespectful to Hugh.
Hugh sucks. Hugh deserves no
Hugh
respect.
went and got another job to feed his family. Baker shouldn't be disrespecting that.
Hugh got another job because it's the only one he could find. I can't believe the Bengals took him in. But anyways, if I'm the Bengals, the gift I'm giving to you is signing Greg Williams as your head coach. He's done a great job. Baker seems
Excellent
to like him.
job.
He's a great defensive mind, and he just represents what the dog power
Bounty
is.
Gate.
We've moved on from that.
Mm.
The Cardinals. What would you give the Cardinals?
A statue for Larry Fitzgerald. They should put a statue up there. What a great man. He is such a good representation of what the NFL should be. Outstanding character. What he did for the sports reporter that was on Twitter earlier today. Big Larry Fitzgerald fan. Give him a statue.
If I give the Cardinals anything, I'd give you 5 more years of prime time Larry Fitzgerald, because that's about all you got going for you right now. Josh Rosen is not good. He is, the thing about 9 teams before him, no, those 9 teams made a very wise decision. He's not good. Steve Wilkes is probably out of there when it's probably not even entirely his fault. I'd give you
The
5.
players love Wilkes.
Yeah, but management might not. So 5 more years of Larry Fitzgerald, I wish I could give it to you. Packers, what are you giving the Packers?
Brian Kelly, the smartest offensive mind in the country. Now, he'll never leave Notre Dame because it's the greatest job in the history of coaching. But if I was going to give something and the Packers had Brian Kelly, the Packers might be able to play with the Vikings.
The best job out there is Nick Saban in Tuscaloosa. I would give the Packers Nick Saban as their next head coach. He's not going to leave Alabama, obviously.
He's going to run the ball every time.
He has a great job in Alabama, and he's set up a dynasty. But, boy, Nick Saban, Aaron Rodgers, they would probably be back on top of that division if they got that
He'd
deal.
never let him throw the ball.
Jets, what are you giving the Jets?
I am giving the Jets a consistent running game. The only way for a young quarterback to start to win is be able to do a little bit of play action to keep himself safe. Their running game is just so inconsistent. Corral had one good game this year, but they just haven't been able to run the football.
I'm giving Jim Harbaugh to the Jets. I don't know. I don't think he'd leave Michigan. I really don't. But if you could give him enough money, maybe convince him, get some young pieces. You have Darnold, who's honestly not that good. But if you can convince him, see what he can do. But I think he's going to stay, especially with Urban Meyer gone now. So Ohio State's probably might drop off a little bit. Michigan now has a chance to override him. But if there's anything you're looking forward to seeing down the stretch this year, what is it?
It is the run that Coach Jipson's teams are going to be on. The Fighting Irish are going to win the national championship. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Duke wins the national championship in men's hoops. And then the Celtics win the NBA championship. It's just going to be a great year for all of my teams.
Because Red Sox already won it.
The Red Sox won it. They're going to win it again.
You think the Red Sox are still the best
Of
team?
course they're the best team.
Alright, well, Merry Christmas from us
Merry
to you.
Christmas from us to you.
Have a safe holiday, safe travels, enjoy having your family. Thank you for listening, and keep on balling.